Welcome to the Viv Lifestyle, where we are making super simple recipes, trying not to set any fires, and basically trying to survive quarantine with kids. So tonight, what I'm gonna make is an instant pot short rib pappardelle. So this is gonna be a creamy style short rib dish with mushrooms, but I'm gonna start on the short ribs part of it in the instant pot tonight. Let it sit in the fridge to skim off the fat, and then tomorrow I'll put in the mushrooms and make the rest of the dish. So tonight I am starting on the short ribs. So as you can see here, I have my short ribs laid out on the pan. I'm going to salt and pepper them generously on each side before I stick them into the Instant Pot on saute. All right, so now that I've salted and peppered, is that what we call it? Salt and peppered the short ribs, I am going to put extra virgin olive oil into my Instant Pot while it's nice and hot. And we want it really hot before we can start browning the short ribs. And we're not cooking it, we're just basically browning it on each side, and then we'll take it out of the pot. Oh, and before I start doing that, I have to get my little step stool. When you're short and can't see Instant Pot, you need a special step stool. Okay, so I pulled out the short ribs after browning them, and I wanted to show you what they kind of look like. So it's nice and brown. This had a fatty piece to it. So if you see here, I really browned the fatty piece. Get that fat juices out and get going. Get that fat. Get that fat. Get that fat.
Juices out and going.
So I pulled the short ribs out. Now I'm going to deglaze the pot with some white wine, and then I'll throw in my onions, shallots, and garlic into the pot. Okay, you probably hear it sizzling in the background, but I deglazed the pot with my dry white wine, and then I put in a pat of butter and threw in my garlic, shallots, and onions. I'm going to let that saute a little bit before I put the short ribs back into the pot, and then turn on high pressure. When you're this short and have to lean into your pot to saute, you get a face bath or face mist. What do you call it? A spa treatment of garlic and onions. It smells good, but your face probably feels a little different. Okay, so now everything's in the pot. The onions, the sauteed onions and garlic and shallots. And then I put the short ribs back in, and now I'm going to pour in my 1 cup of chicken broth. Okay, so now everything's in the pot. I ended up setting it for 50 minutes, 50 minutes in high pressure. What I've learned from reading a ton of Facebook groups when I was first starting to learn how to use the Instant Pot was with meats like beef or short rib, you want to do a natural release. You don't want to ever do a quick release. The quick release depressurizes the pot so quickly that it starts bubbling and then making the meat lose its flavor and get too tough. So we're going to let it cook for 50 minutes, and I'm probably going to just let it sit for another 30-40 minutes. So basically I'm going to treat it like I'm doing my laundry and forget about it for about 2 to 3 hours and then come back and get it out of the pot. Okay, so we ended up watching a movie in the backyard while the short ribs was cooking in the Instant Pot. So now it's ready to come out. I'm going to take it out, put it into a Tupperware bin, and I'll put it in the refrigerator, and the fat will start to like coagulate or come to the top, and then you can scrape it off tomorrow, and I'll make the sauce tomorrow for the short rib pappardelle. All right, so I'll see you then. All right, the next day, and we're going to finish off our short rib mushroom pappardelle. So last night, while the short ribs were in the Instant Pot, we got to watch a movie outside in our backyard. So we set up the TV, a stereo system, we had some popcorn and lawn chairs. It was a lot of fun, and we even put in an intermission for the toddlers where we had nacho hot dogs. So by the time the movie was finished, the short ribs finished in the Instant Pot and even got a chance to do almost a full natural release, which is great. I probably could have cooked it in the Instant Pot for a little over an hour, but I think this will work out just fine, especially as we're heating it up today in the pasta. So last night it sat in the fridge and you can see that layer of fat. This is what we were trying to separate, and I'm going to scrape it off before I start on the mushroom sauce. Alright, now I'm ready to get started with sauteing my mushrooms and starting on the base of our mushroom sauce. So right now I have my big pan. I also have my pot in the back going to boil the water so I can start making the pappardelle. But we're going to start with my big pan. I'm going to throw in, of course, a lot of butter. I'll throw in the butter. I'm going to do a squeeze of garlic, and then I'm going to throw in the mushrooms to start sauteing. Now that it's sauteing, that garlic, butter, and mushroom smells so good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pour in my short ribs. I'm going to mix it all together, and then I'm going to start adding my other ingredients, like half and half. You can use heavy cream if you want it to be really heavy and thick, but we have half and half, so I'll use that. And then I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Once the pasta's done, I'm going to borrow some of the pasta water to try and thicken my sauce a little bit. Hopefully it'll be a nice and creamy mushroom short rib pappardelle sauce. Okay, so I ended up thickening the sauce a little bit. I wanted it to be kind of like a thicker, creamier sauce. So by doing that, I poured out some of the original sauce, mixed in some cornstarch, and then poured it back in and whisked it in. And so I made it a little bit thicker, but not super thick, and then added some thyme into the sauce. And now, ready for it? Now we have our short rib mushroom pappardelle. It probably looks much, it actually tastes better than what it looks like. I'm so excited to dig into this. I can't wait. That short rib mushroom pappardelle was so good. My father-in-law even gave it the highest honor and declared it birthday dinner material. So if you want to learn more about birthday dinners, head over to my blog. I'll link it below, and you'll learn all about birthday dinners and then also how my Asian mama handles birthday dinners. Okay, we just finished dinner, and let me tell you, it was so good. I was a little hungry, so I just started shoveling the food into my mouth, forgetting that that was kind of a hearty meal and the pasta expands in your stomach. So then I got overly full, and then to top it off, I made some quick cookies in the oven, and so we had cookies, ice cream sundaes. So I'm a little stuffed to the brim right now. I might need to take a nap after this. But that was a delicious dinner. If you really enjoyed the short rib pappardelle with mushrooms, like the recipe video, comment below. And if you could, subscribe to us, click the bell icon, and you will get notifications of other super simple recipes for you to try. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Like the button, subscribe to the channel, and then if you want to get more notifications, if you like the recipe, press the... Do you hear them singing Moana? Okay, so now I'm in bed, stuffed. I have a confession I have to make. So last night, the short ribs in the Instant Pot, the aroma filled the house so much that probably about 1 in the morning, I kept smelling it and got a little hungry. So I had to go out and have a snack. I did not eat the short ribs at 1 in the morning, but I was very much tempted to do so. Also, I got a cut on my hand, and I don't even know how you can get a cut on this side of your hand. I kind of sliced it pretty good. You can probably see it there. All right, that's it.